Yeah, you don't have to be that awake to get vaccinated. Trust me. Okay, say something again.
Hello. If you're a nerd,
I can see your desktop audio says it's working, so hopefully.
Yeah, that's
it
the other
is.
thing, Jordan. If you're worried about that you might see a spoiler or something, then you could not watch it and then just not check social media or anything. The reason I always watch it right is because I know, like, I would most likely end up getting stuff spoiled for me if I don't watch shows like right away.
Yes, got him. I hear someone. Okay, good. God, why, I don't know why it's been doing that. Like, I feel like
So weird.
every time I just need to start a stream and then end it and then restart a stream, and I don't know what the heck is going on. So, Ooga booga, what's up, Quacky boy?
What time does the episode start? U.S. Central Time. Central, is that 2 hours ahead?
Yeah, Central and Mountain. I forget. Jijo, what's up? Okay.
It's midnight Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 3 alerts. You have my attention. Oh, was it for the stream? Yeah.
So, all right. Is Silver Surfer a good 4-star champ? I would say if you're progressing in the game and you're at like a 4-star level, I'd say Silver Surfer isn't terrible.
No, he's got some energy resistance and whatnot.
He's got some good stuff.
What's up, Danny? How's it going?
He's still not going to be the best champion. You get the best 4-star. I mean, there's lots of
more useful cosmics and so forth. But as a 4-star, it's not the worst to start with. So, I got a tweet here from Robert Mathis saying, "Dear Intoxicated Gamer, I wonder if the stream you're about to have with Captain Bayeee will have spoilers in it. Oh well, I'll just watch it anyway. Check how close I am to my first 6-star.
There's a good chance that there's going to be spoilers. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. There's a good chance.
Might be 1 or 2, just a few.
Let's see. Let's send out a tweet real quick. Here at Contest Dingus, going to keep up the tradition. Oops, I can't spell tradition. Of inviting you to something you don't even remotely care about. Oops. Let's see. At Captain Bayeee and mine? Mize? That doesn't make sense. Mine, spoiler stream. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Jesus. Cheers. Tweet. Okay.
Oh, that's right. New stream.
Yeah, I can go pull up yours as well. Can I pull up mine as well? What the hell? Sorry, brighter screen, guys. Hey, look at that. We can cap. Don't copyright strike me for. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you put my face on your channel.
I know, it's crazy. Wow. I know.
The nerve.
That is kind of a cool thing to actually be able to do. Is when we are doing the incursions or whatnot, I can show you I can show your fight when I'm.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I do kind of remember to do.
I do kind of like that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. What's going on, Game
Let's go back here. All right.
Hello, Han. How you doing?
What's up, Viraj? Jijao, Beans for Breakfast. I already said hi to Danny. 33, Zvan OP, love from India. What's up, man? How's it going? Love to India.
TikTok feed is breakdowns, and I'd have to sit there for 15 minutes not doing anything after getting the shot. So you're basically saying that you don't feel like you could trust yourself to not check TikTok.
Yeah, right? I mean, why couldn't you just play MCOC for 15 minutes after you got the shot? You know? Just 15 minutes. It's not that long.
We'll be out all around by 4 a.m. I mean, should be, yeah. It drops at the same exact time, though. Like, everywhere. Like 3 p.m. or 3 a.m.
I think it does, right? Yeah, it's 3 a.m.
It doesn't, it's not a... From what I understand, I'm pretty sure it is, although some people pop in and, like, for the end of the stream sometimes, they'll be like, it hasn't shown up for me, but they're, like, in India or something.
Yeah, I think it's just that, like... I don't know maybe regionally it might be different, but as far as the US goes, I think it's all at the same time.
Believe it or not, I have nothing to do with how Disney Plus runs things. I know I probably look really official, and
What?
I've said it many times before that
Yeah.
we are the only breakdown channel out there that talks about this show.
Yeah, this is
So
the only official
obviously,
Falcon and Winter
we
Soldier
have
spoiler
an
stream.
inside
So,
scoop on stuff and a say in
what's
things.
up, Agam?
But
Yeah.
believe it or not, we actually don't.
Yeah, we just review. We don't actually control what time they put stuff out. So, okay, so we're not going to do incursions tonight because Cap
feeling lazy,
is
guys.
feeling
Put it on
lazy.
me. Okay.
He's got it's incursions are too much effort for him. So
Yeah.
I think we're
I
just going
also
to do
just
some
like
arena.
I feel like I get too distracted because I'm always like trying to talk about the episode too, and then like I start a fight and then I'm not really paying attention to the fight, or I forgot to look at what the notes were, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's good for content wise. I mean,
Yeah.
I just find me dying makes things more interesting for people. So. This is the Fatwas spoiler stream, right? Yes, Agam. Yeah.
What a episode that was, yes.
Like 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we'll get into spoilers and everything.
Yep. You guys aren't aware, we will be talking spoilers.
Spoiler, I liked this episode once again.
Spoilers, we will be spoiling the episode.
In India, this episode will go live after 5 hours from now. No, yeah, that's okay. So it is the same time worldwide then, I assume, because that's when it'll be live here in the States too.
Yeah, I didn't mean to single out India. I just I couldn't remember. I know people have said in the past like where they're from, and
there's a different time.
India as an example. Yeah.
I want to dump some energy first. I have died 3 times in off-season war now, so I feel like I have mission accomplished. You know.
Nick, you could definitely do that. You could definitely decide to wake up earlier and watch it before work too.
Spoilers: the Falcon and Winter Soldier appear in the episode. That is true.
Or Jordan, you could also do that. You could go to sleep and then just wake up a little extra earlier before you go get your vaccine. And watch the episode before you go.
Also true. I've had multiple times recently where, with WandaVision or whatnot, I fell asleep. Well, it's like for some reason Disney wouldn't start right as I was trying to do it because I'm sure like too many people trying to log on or something.
Dude,
and so I'd watch something else and then fall asleep and then like, oh, I'll watch it before work the next day.
The finale, I literally sat here for like 30 minutes waiting for it to work and it wouldn't work. And I finally just I literally had to watch the finale on my phone.
That's super annoying.
It was pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to,
you
know, do a stream.
Do a stream of it and everything. And I'm sitting there just like, really? It's not going to work.
Oh, boy. What up, Scotty Lang? Scotty Lang saying, yo, Abdo and Bayeee.
What's up?
Spoilers, Mephisto kills everyone. Yes, exactly.
Hey, I'm actually facing Mephisto right now.
I think we're far enough in though, guys, so we can get into it. Final warning for spoilers: if you guys don't know and you don't want to be spoiled up through episode 4 of the Falcon and Winter Soldier and or WandaVision or basically all Marvel-related content, then now is your opportunity to leave. Last chance in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes. So, well, feel free, you guys can talk spoilers in the chat. I'll call out some comments if you put something in there, but the way we do it also if it's your first time, we just kind of run through the episode as it aired, as it happened, and break down, talk about stuff that we saw. So we kind of just do a run through first. That way we're not just like bouncing around the whole episode and whatnot. So we'll kind of go that way. I see a couple people talking about that, or someone saying it's a Cap. Obviously, with the big thing at the end, the new Cap did, but am I the one that felt bad for Bucky getting his arm taken off? Yeah, that was definitely a shocking thing. Like, whoa, that's didn't
you
see
can
that
do that,
coming.
yeah,
and he didn't either. So
yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, so we'll pretty much start from the beginning. It basically starts with kind of a recap of Bucky talking to.
Ayo, I believe her name is.
Her name's Yayo. Seriously.
Ayo.
Oh, okay. Her name's
A-Y-O.
not slang for cocaine. Okay.
Didn't know that was what that was slang for.
Yayo? Yeah, that's a classic. Shit, I think I've known that from. Was that in Scarface or I can't remember. Going well back. Anyways,
yeah.
Starts out
back to Wakanda.
Talking to her, and they go to Wakanda.
Bucky trying to recover from them taking out his programming and everything, and.
He's got long hair. They're around a fire.
He's got the long hair.
I kind of like him with long hair. I gotta say, I'm a stan for Sebastian Stan with long hair. Is that right?
Do you like his long hair, or are you just jealous of his long hair?
Just jealous that he's not rocking the bald cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Couldn't possibly. No.
But so they're sitting around the like a campfire, and she's telling him it's gonna work, and he's like, no, it's not gonna work. And she's obviously referring to the program, the Winter Soldier programming, even though they don't explicitly spell it out. It's obvious that's what they're referring to, because then she starts doing the code words that were used by Zemo in Civil War to
Winter Soldier activation codes.
The Jelania, blah blah blah, whatever the hell they are. Yeah, which I haven't seen anything. Oh my god, this is speaking of arena, this is not gonna go well. Fight's not paying attention to. I just got hit like 4 times by X-23 and died to bleed damage instantly. So if anybody knows what those words were taken from, have you ever heard what they're from? Because I assume that they've got to be something in the MCU or Marvel or something.
The directors said that they actually just chose those certain words because they were some of the words just sounded really cool in the language.
In Russian or whatever?
Yeah, whatever, Sokovian or whatever, or no, I don't know if it's Sokovian. Whatever.
I thought it was Russian because he's Russian.
Yeah, you're right. It might be Russian. And they just kind of seemed like some cool words that would go together.
Interesting.
But
okay.
They also do have some relation to things.
Because you always see like where they have license plates and it's like Stanley's birthday or that there's always different connections
like
between
Freight Train.
stuff.
I feel like you can see as a callback to the train when he fell off.
Could be, yeah.
Homecoming. It was this movie. That movie was released right before Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah. I'm just curious if anybody knows any of that stuff specifically.
I don't know what else they could relate to, but also it's kind of as she was saying those words, they were flashing different scenes of like his past and everything.
Yeah, of him being the Winter Soldier and stuff.
Just moments where basically the moments in his life that stand out that he remembers. Like you see him killing Tony Stark's parents, fighting Cap,
Howard and Maria.
Just a bunch different things. So those kind of
just flashes real quick, and then she gets to the final word, and nothing happens except for he starts blubbering and crying in a very good scene. I thought, I thought it was
it was real. Touching. Like awesome. The emotion hits you right off the bat with the emotions. You're like, oh.
Yeah, because like the you can only imagine how he would have to feel being finally actually free of brainwashing and so forth. So there's a good scene like that, and then
she tells him you're free.
Yeah, she tells him you're free, and he kind of smiles. Then we cut back to the present day in Riga or wherever the hell they're at, and Latvia. He
was talking to AO, and
he's talking to her, and she's like, "How could you release him? He killed the king who chose me to be in the Dora Milaje." And he's like, he's a means to an end. He speaks to her in Wakandan a little bit, and she tells him he's got 8 hours, basically.
Yep. And then when Bucky gets back to their hotel room that they're in, or hideout room, I don't know what it is really. They're
in like one of Zemo's hideouts, kind of.
Yeah, Zemo hideout.
Looks like a badass place to be hiding out, right? Honestly.
It looks pretty legit.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a Baron, remember?
Right? Yeah, old school. Yeah.
So Bucky comes in and he tells him, he's like, well, the Wakandans are here and they want Zemo. They've given us 8 hours. Like, oh, okay, this is fun. And then they get a glimpse at the news. They find out that the Flag Smashers bombed that building in the previous episode, and they killed a couple people. And then they're like, we need to find her. We need to stop her.
At which point, Sam starts talking about like he wants to talk to her and try and reason with her.
Yeah, he's like,
while Zemo's like, she's a supremacist. There's no reasoning with her. Once you pursue that power, there's nothing. There's no going back. Everyone who's ever had the power is no good. Which then I think is it Bucky or is it Sam who says,
Bucky goes. He says
Steve.
He says it didn't corrupt Steve.
Yeah.
He's basically alluding to the fact that anyone that's taken that serum has been corrupted or just gone bad, basically. So it's not a good thing.
Which that's not necessarily fair to say.
Because Bucky defends Steve, but he doesn't even try to defend himself because he's just like,
right. And that's the thing is like he's kind of discounting himself when he's been in control of himself has done good things, not bad things. So, as Sharon Carter, pointed out beforehand, he was kind of a rah-rah, gung-ho good guy before he got captured and whatnot. So, you know, like there's at least 2 examples of people not being total d-bags.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I think that was just Bucky's way of saying not trying to put
Yeah.
himself on the same level of Steve.
Right, which is fair.
He knows no one's going to be ever.
No.
Brothers. So, let's see.
But Zemo, yeah, what he kind of he's like, yeah, that's a good point, but you know that no one else will be Steve Rogers, basically, right?
There's never been another Steve Rogers, so.
So then they discuss that
which we get a callback to later, kind of, in the Flag Smasher scene where, not to bounce around too much, but when Carly and the dude who is the big Captain America fan,
well, he says he's Captain America.
He mentions the fact that he said he grew up a Captain America fan and he didn't think there'd ever be another Captain America until he met her. Basically,
right?
Saying he thinks she's fighting the same fight.
We're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead.
But yeah, like I just wanted to make that connection.
So then basically they're like, okay, well, how do we find her? And they talk about the fact that what is his Sam says, you know, when his TT died, and they're kind of giving him shit about it.
Yeah,
they're like you're who? Like my TT. Okay, my aunt. You know, like the community came together and we had a ceremony. This Donya sounds like
Donya Madani.
Yeah, and which I honestly kind of hate that name, because then later on in the episode she keeps going, Carly Morgenthau keeps going like Mama Donya, and I'm like, what? Yeah. Mama Donya? It sounds like Dormammu. I'm like, it's just no, it's a little bit of that.
Yeah,
I don't like the Mama Donya. I'm like, okay. Just like it just bothered me slightly, which is a very obvious stupid nitpick. It's not important, but anyways, so he's like, maybe they'll have a funeral. So then they decide to go down to where all of these displaced persons were, I don't want to call them refugees, displaced persons were hanging out, and see if they can ask around. So then they go around. Oh, and there is, of course, the part where Zemo offers them, like tosses Bucky a Turkish Delight, which someone in the chat here mentioned.
They're irresistible.
Yeah, and someone here in the chat mentioned that they needed Turkish Delights now, which is a candy, right?
Yeah.
So then they go down there, and Sam's asking around, and no one will really talk to him. Same thing for Bucky. And then Zemo starts talking to little kids and offering them candy, which just, ew.
Which was weird, though, too, because like as he's walking up to them, he was very creepily singing Baba Black Sheep.
Yeah.
He was like, what?
You're just like this is...
Why would they look at that and
God damn it, kids! Why are you... Has no one talked to these kids? Does no... It's like the classic thing, kids. If you're watching the stream right now and you're 10 years old, well, you shouldn't be, because I'm going to swear some. But if you are, and someone offers you candy, a stranger offers you candy, don't go away, run away, don't talk to that stranger.
Especially if he's slowly approaching you
and singing
in like a swaggerish kind of like
singing just don't.
Black Sheep.
No lullabies. Just get out of there. That's not good. It's not good.
Go the other way. Red saying Turkish Delights are horrible.
I don't even know if I've ever had them.
I've never had one either. The only reference I've ever heard of Turkish Delights before was from Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah, I'm sure I read it in there at some point, and
I think they talk about having.
For some reason, though, Turkish Delights just makes me think of like creepy old people candy and or cigarettes. So
yeah,
like one or the other. I'm like Turkish Gold. Oh no, Turkish Delights. Sorry, different thing. So anyways,
the kids decide to tell Zemo like, yeah, we know where this is gonna happen.
Yeah, one girl says something about it.
Back and Bucky and Sam are just like, what'd they say? And he just lies to them. He says, oh, nothing. And
and he specifically tells the girl not to tell the two of them.
Yeah,
he says they're bad men. Don't trust those two.
They're bad men.
Because
then
he's
they get
using
back
this for leverage.
the hideout area, and Sam starts to explain how he kind of he can understand where Carly's coming from and why she's doing what she's doing.
Well, isn't it on the way back that they run into?
No, that's not. That's in a little bit.
Okay. So
yeah, they're talking. He's talking to Bucky, and he's explaining how, because he talked to the guy when he was asking around, and that guy was explaining how they've been fighting for this, and kind of explaining her.
He says he knows. He says he knows what happens when people offer help. Nothing happens, basically.
So that's where he's just like, they don't trust us. We gotta
Yeah, he's like, I know who you are.
gotta be
I'm
able
not
to
gonna.
talk. Gotta be able to
whatever.
talk to her. Is more so like enforcing that. And then Zemo walks up and decides at that point he's just like, well, he tells him, he's like, she told me where the funeral is, and then they just like tell us where, and he's like, I'm not gonna give up my leverage because then you're just gonna give me up to the Dora Milaje.
And they're
So,
like, yeah, pretty much.
They're
So.
like, dang, why is this guy got to be so smart? So then Sam calls Sharon to inform her of what's going on and wants
and to ask her for a favor.
I'd be like an Overwatch and kind of looking out for them.
Which is weird that he calls her and just being like, hey, you got any more tricks up your sleeve? And she's like, yeah, I got a satellite. I'm like, oh, well, that was convenient. Like,
satellites, yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, I got some access to some
and also,
satellites.
as
like,
she was talking to them, too, she was walking through some kind of, I don't know if it's a not subway, but just like some kind of underpass area that looks like kind of a sketchy looking area where people were holding guns and stuff like that. So like she's clearly a part of something.
Well, she's talking about the power broker not being happy with
that too.
What the doctor being killed and
killed the golden goose.
That, you know, shit was about to go down in whatchamacallit?
What's in my stream saying pineapple? Isn't that the code word for when Brian's stream cuts
when
out?
it crashes and comes back? Here, let me go. Oh, your stream seems fine to me.
I don't think it's been bad.
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways. That poem or rhyme or whatever he said was symbolism to the plot of what they're doing or something like that? Okay, got you, William. What episode is this? Haven't watched a single episode. Danny, this was episode number 4. It's been really good, so if you don't want to... I mean, well, we're already past spoiler warnings, but yeah. What's up, Justin? How's it going?
Yeah. So then after they talk about that, they decide they're getting ready to go meet with the girl that's going to take them to the funeral. It jumps back to that flag smasher scene where Carly's showing up. They're grabbing the remainder of the serum, and they're talking about how they're going to distribute that.
She says she felt like they were chosen. What was the chances that they would come together like that? But now she just wishes she had 12 more fighters, basically.
Yeah. And then that's when he says, I didn't think I'd see another... I grew up idolizing Captain America, basically, and I didn't think we'd see another Captain America until
you, and I'm like, the world needs someone like you, needs someone who looks like them, because apparently the world mostly looks like ginger, redhead, black.
Yeah, and he explains how just like heroes nowadays don't always have to do things by the rule book. You know, sometimes we got
basically just reiterating.
Don't look the same. Basically, just backing up I'm with you still. Like I support everything you're doing, kind of thing.
Yeah, just pretty much reiterating the, poor methods basically that they're.
Yeah. So then that's when we get John Walker showing up. He's comes walking up to them as they're getting ready to meet with the girl, go to the funeral, and he's just like, "How could you do this? How can you not help us out? I can't believe you guys are still doing this. We told you to back off, and let alone you're working with him. You broke him out.
Like, how did you find us? Like, oh, come on, man.
Technically, he broke himself out.
Yeah, technically he broke himself out, which is great. So
then they're getting ready to walk.
They want to take Zemo into.
We're gonna have to move in quick, get in there, not give her a chance to escape, and that's when Sam's like, hold on, let me try
talking to her. She just lost the person that she was closest to, so this is if there's ever a time to get through to her, this is it. And they're stupid game crash.
And he explains how he's worked with people,
soldiers who've been traumatized and whatnot.
He explains with dealing with trauma. He's like, this is in my wheelhouse. I can do this. And then that's when
Walker's like, I know these people, which is why it won't work.
He's like, you're gonna. He looks at Bucky. He's like, you're really gonna let your partner go in there by himself against a super soldier?
And he's like, you should give him a try. He's dealt with worse, and he's not my partner.
He's like, he's not my partner.
But then
nice callback to that kind of scene too, which we'll get to in a second.
Then Battlestar basically also joins in and says, hey, if there's a way to diffuse this situation without violence, give him a chance. Yeah. And then John Walker's like, okay, we'll give him...
Just give like the typical... Just
give him 10 minutes.
Fine, okay, I guess.
10 minutes and then we're doing it my way,
Yeah.
Which seems like the douchiest way possible.
So then they show up
but
to
he's
the
not-
funeral. Walker handcuffs Zemo. Then that's when he tells Sam, he's like, "You've got 10 minutes to go in there." And Sam's just like, "All right." So he goes. Harley's in there giving a speech at the funeral. Sees Sam lurking in the top, and then she kind of goes off even more.
Yeah, she's going the eulogy,
talking about her cause and how
live life.
we're doing this because of Mama Danya or whatever.
Mama Danya. It's just
and
mildly annoying.
And this was another really cool scene of just seeing Sam being back in that kind of consultant role. Just like reminds you back to the episode,
yeah, actually, to the
Endgame at the beginning when he's. Is it Endgame?
No, it's Winter Soldier. It's
No, Infinity War. Infinity War.
No, you're thinking
right.
of Captain
You're
America.
Right. I'm thinking of Captain America.
Yeah, but it's but they show him doing it in Winter Soldier because
that's right.
He says, "Hey, if you ever want to come down and make me look real good in front of the girl at the VA or whatever, that's fine."
Yeah.
And the on your left stuff is that I think that's how that movie starts out. But so she's
having the conversation. Sam's kind of showing her like, "Hey, I understand. I agree with what you're doing, just not how you're doing it."
Yeah, he's like, "I agree with your cause, but not your methods." Basically,
I feel like he's kind of explaining to her like, and she's seeing it in a light of the, like, oh, this is how it's looking to everyone else, but that's not the way I'm intending this to look. Because he compares to the whole supremacy thing, and she's just like, no, that's what we're fighting.
She's like, no, I'm not. I'm fighting against supremacy, these corporations and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, but you're killing people and all that. Like,
and she's like, yeah, and I'd kill them again. They're not. She's like, they weren't. He's like, you killed innocent people, and she goes, they weren't innocent. They were roadblocks in my way, and I would kill them again if I had to or something.
Yeah. And goes, wow.
Yeah, he's just basically like, oh, she's like, that's not how I meant it. You made me sound like that. And he's like, sound like what? Like a frickin' terrorist? Because she's a terrorist.
Yeah. And Walker just bursts in because he freaks out, and you kind of see him. He's like has like that nervous tick going on, something. He's just like
he's like, you're under arrest, and Carly's like, oh, so this was just you're just playing for time for backup, you know? And Sam's like, no, and then of course the whole situation devolves. And she
runs away.
Bucky chases after her.
She runs away. Zemo breaks away from it, breaks out of his cuffs. That was the part I didn't really understand. It's like Walker and Hoskins and Bucky all come running in, so they decided it was okay to just leave Zemo.
Well, okay, we didn't really say that, but they had left Zemo handcuffed up outside, so they assumed
what?
Walker is just like, he's handcuffed. He's good, you know.
He's also a mastermind villain.
Right, he's Zemo. You're gonna
probably assume this guy knows how to pick a lock.
He's probably got a hair thingy. Whatchamacallit.
So he breaks out, and he of course is the first one to find Carly. He shoots her. He runs back, knocks over a table. The serum scatters everywhere, and Zemo's just like, "I'll snap." It's like popcorn, just pop.
Well,
pop.
Zemo, so because he shoots her. And so then, Zemo just starts destroying it all. But then before he can destroy all of it, Walker busts in and hits him in the head with a shield, which, goddamn, that would be bad. And basically does the cliche thing of knocking him out and then he's fine later on, which is ridiculous because you get a concussion, you're in some serious shit. And there he looks around, he sees all the serum destroyed on the floor. And then
whole scene too, it did feel very predictable. That was
it was for sure.
I was like, wow, I'm enjoying it and loving it a lot.
It is predictable a lot. Yeah,
a lot of parts of it have been a lot more predictable than
WandaVision. Yeah, because it's very straightforward. But so then he sees the one vial of the serum which isn't destroyed, and of course picks it up and stuffs it in his pocket. You know,
he does the classic little evil head tilt thing. He kind of looks at it. And he's like, huh. You see him just like, you just know his brain's thinking like,
Well, and the thing is, like, so while it's deeply predictable in that kind of a way, the one thing that I would take issue with that whole scene is like, dude, you know, you'd just be contacting the government and there'd be some scientists in there scooping up that serum off the floor. I mean, it's like a concrete floor. If you drop a tablespoon of Coca-Cola on the floor, I'm pretty sure you can get the chemical components out of that if you just suck it up.
Yeah,
like there's plenty of serum there. Like
barely destroyed it.
Yeah, you gotta burn that crap, Zemo. Come on, you can't just like stomp on it. That's ridiculous. Anyways,
I'm sure breaking it out of there maybe contaminated it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure they can.
There's gonna be enough there that you
Yeah,
can salvage it and recreate it. Yeah, like I guarantee you, someone from the government should be there picking that stuff up. So, uh, anyways,
A lot of stuff going around about the finale. Don't put anything in the chat if you see about rumors or anything, because I don't want to get any spoilers for episodes that haven't happened. I don't even watch the previews for the next episodes.
yeah, we speculate on what's going to happen, but we don't want to have like if anyone has any actual knowledge of like these rumors are confirmed or this is what we think is gonna like just leave that stuff out. So
Nothing confirmed, but
so anyways, he does that, and then basically they cut to back to the hideout. I think after that, because Carly gets away, one of her henchmen helps her get away, and she's shot, so she decides not to, fight Zemo anymore or fight whatever. Which again is like, I mean, you got shot, but come on, man, you got super soldier ceremony.
yeah. Back at the room, Zemo asks Sam. He says, "If you were you ever offered the serum?" Sam says no. Then he says,
Would you take it?
Would you take it if you were offered it?
And Sam's just like, no, instantly.
And so that was kind of a...
Which we knew,
like,
I mean.
Like, I don't... Yeah, I feel like we already kind of figured Sam would never want to.
Well, and the whole reason they're setting it up that way is because, Steve was the guy who didn't want the power. He was the little guy, and that's why Dr. Erskine chose him in the first place, because he wasn't the guy who craves power. So they're setting it up to be like, well, Sam's not craving power either. Therefore, he should have this responsibility thrust upon him as well, kind of, So then, yeah, where are we at? So we're in the room.
Then there's a quick scene of the Flag Smashers talking about how they need to divide Sam and Bucky from Cap and Hoskins so that they can kill Captain America. They decide they need to kill him.
Because they're like, we're going to have to deal with this.
They also get a message from the Power Broker saying, I'm coming for you guys.
Yeah, you've been playing revolutionary, little girl, but now it's time to give me the serum back or I'm coming for you.
Then we get John Walker shows up into the room saying, all right, I'm taking in. That's it. So you guys have had enough time taking Zemo in, blah, blah, blah. While they're in the middle of going back and forth with that, the Dora Milaje crash the party and throw a spear at John's face, basically. Oh, though there's John and Sam kind of had like a face-to-face, but Walker was trying to like get in his face, like, oh, you want to go? Let's do this, kind of.
Yeah, what does he say? Like the only thing that's you're doing here is running your mouth or something. It's slightly more clever than that, but I forget. But he's like, should I put the shield down so it's a fair fight, and
and a spear almost takes off his head, and his face is just like freaked out in that moment. It was pretty funny.
And three of the Dora Milaje break in, and they're like, we're taking Zemo. Zemo's just nursing his headache from his head wound and drinking some, I don't know, probably whiskey or scotch or something.
Yep. And then he tells them, he's like, you guys have no jurisdiction here.
And they're like, we have jurisdiction wherever we're at.
Yeah, we have jurisdiction wherever we want.
Wherever the Dora Milaje are is where we have jurisdiction.
Yeah, and then he decides it's a good idea to walk up to her and say, like, well, look, let's settle this, and puts his hand on her shoulder, and it's on from there.
Yeah.
She just says, nope, not having it. They start kicking his butt. He's getting his ass handed to him. Sam's like, Bucky, we should probably do something. We should help out.
Zemo's sipping his drink.
To say, looking strong, John.
Yeah. Which is great.
It was so great. I just love how they're all just in a fight scene, and they're just arms crossed, just watching it, like,
just one of the ways where the Marvel humor still seems to work really well,
Yeah.
Like they just do it better in general. But so then the Dora Milaje are kind of getting closer and closer to actually hurting him or Battle Turd, and so then when one of them's about to stab him, John Walker, Bucky steps in and is like, okay, come on, Ayo, let's not do this. And then she starts to kick his ass. Basically, they fight some more. And then she has the great scene where she just hits his arm in like three different spots, and then his arm just falls off.
Spots and his arm just falls off, and he's just
the arm falls off, and it's just like, not cool. And they kind of pin Captain America, John Walker, down to the table by the shield and the spear. And meanwhile, Zemo sneaks off into the bathroom and escapes through like a drainage something or other, which is, I mean, I guess one of the benefits of having an old school hideout like that is that you're going to have large shower drains that can fit a person, and you can
I didn't even think of that.
Escape through that. I mean,
someone. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that's his hideout and everything. He probably has something there intentionally for that particular.
Yeah, panic room kind of stuff. You know, rich people, guys, rich people.
Yeah.
So basically, they kick their asses. The Dormilage like, he's gone. One of them picks up the shield and does the cool thing what they all do, where they step on it and it pops up
and it shoots up.
And then
because you think about it too, like she's probably thinking like, oh yeah, this is vibranium.
Like we're taking this.
Bitch. We should probably just take this.
And then
AO's like, no, just
no. She's like, leave it. And so they take off, and John Walker's like, they weren't even super soldiers. It's just like
Hoskins like helping him trying to get up, and you can see he's just like
defeated, you know,
like zoning out essentially, and just like they weren't even super soldiers. Like, how can I? You just feel that he's just like, how am I supposed to do this if I can't even beat regular people?
Yeah.
Someone in my chat said, I don't know how much training it took to spin a spear with those neck rings. Yeah, the way they spin those spears all around, and they're very skilled. I mean, the Dormilage are supposed to be like the most badass fighters on the planet, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that's pretty sure that's why they have the neck rings, is in case they screw up, they want to protect their jugular, you know, so.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. It's in the comics. Yeah.
I did. This was a Disney show, not The Boys.
Yeah, I did kind of like that. Them saying that they have jurisdiction wherever they're at is in some ways a callback to Black Panther and how messed up it was that Wakanda was just like, no, we'll just do whatever the hell we want because we have the power, basically. Yeah. And that whole movie's about them not helping out, you know, like people in America or all over the world, poor people and whatnot. And so this was just kind of another example of them being arrogant and whatever, and just continuing on that way. Okay, so then anyways, where are we going to next?
John Walker and Hoskins were talking.
They're like at a mall food court or something.
And he asked Hoskins, he said, if you were to, would you take the serum?
What's up, Redwood?
And would you be worried about it changing you? And he's just like, are you kidding me? I'd take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and he's like, we already know that you're...
He's just like, you know, if you've won three medals of honor, you always make the right choices, you're a good guy. He kind of, I don't think he directly quotes, but he kind of talks about Professor Erskine, Dr. Erskine, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
The guy that created the initial serum, talks about how he says that it only amplifies what's
already in you. Yeah.
Kind of stuff like that. So you get reminded of the whole good becomes great, bad becomes worse.
And then they talk about the day when he got he won the Congressional Medal of Honor for, and saying like, think how many more people we could have saved.
Reminder of the worst day of my life.
Yeah, which because he's, I mean, I really kind of like, he's obviously going to be the villain, and we're one of the villains because there's multiple in this show, kind of, and setting him up that way. But I do kind of feel for him on a certain level of like, what is this guy supposed to do? Like the American government shouldn't have tried to make him the new Captain America without giving him some freaking powers, basically, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so he's put in this position where...
Too, I think, like I've been saying it since the beginning, is his whole thing has felt like he's really just trying to feel accepted and feel like he deserves this role.
Yeah, because he's been...
He says, I finally have an opportunity to do something that feels right.
Yeah.
And because he also said, we both know the things that we did to get those awards were far from being right.
Yeah.
They basically saying we did some messed up stuff over there and we got rewarded for it. Like
which I mean resonated with me because I've had friends who've come back from like, you know, Iraq and Afghanistan. I remember one buddy in particular who people generally will say thank you for your service to, you know, service members and everything like that. And he was always like, I hate that so much. I don't want to be thanked. You don't know what I fucking did. You know, like he's like, and so I actually stopped saying that because of that, which, I mean, I am.
Who knows? That could trigger someone one time and
and like
start remembering something.
Yeah, I don't want to make someone feel bad because I mean, I think it's pretty well acknowledged that if you've served your country or done something that I wasn't willing to do, that, you know, I don't think you need to give the platitude every time of thank you for your service. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I just understanding it through his perspective. And then,
I never thought about it like that. But
that makes sense. Because I've had like multiple talks with the friend of mine, and then seeing that in the episode, it's like, okay, yeah, no, I kind of understand that at least somewhat. can imagine it anyways.
One of the other things too, I was talking about how like he just feels like he's trying to be. He does seem like he's trying to do the right thing in his mind.
Yeah,
he's just kind of like Carly, doing the right thing, but
he's also
got it the wrong way.
Desperate.
And one of the things that he's done throughout the series that I saw one of the other breakdown videos I watched, even though like I said we're the only breakdown people, but
right,
I happened to come across one just randomly.
Some made up stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah. But they pointed out that every time he's introduced himself to someone, he always refers to himself
Captain America.
Says, hey, John Walker, Captain America. John Walker, Captain America.
Yeah, because he's got
both of them. It's not just, hey, I'm John Walker. Because with Steve Rogers,
because the shoes are just too big for him to fill.
I don't think he ever introduced himself actually as Captain America. It's always just, hey, Steve Rogers. Even when he's introducing him to Groot, like I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers.
I'm Steve. Yeah, very nice to meet you. Yeah.
He doesn't ever refer to himself as Captain America. So
no,
he knows he doesn't need to.
Yeah, he's confident. He knows what he's doing.
He's confident. He knows who he is. This version of Captain America that isn't confident.
And he doesn't have the powers, and he keeps getting his ass kicked, and he shouldn't have been sent out there like that. Yeah. But it's not the first time or the last time that the government has made a mistake like that. So.
No, by the way, in the chat, someone's asking. I'm not grinding for top 300 spot. I'm just doing milestones. Sympathizing with John Walker? Ew. I mean,
I think that he's supposed to be kind of a.
Want us to hate him,
right? But I think he's also supposed to be somewhat of a tragic character.
Explain. Yeah.
You know, at least I see him as a tragic character.
Yeah.
He's a guy who has served his country with honor and done what he was supposed to do, done the right things, and because he was so good. Then they gave him this promotion to something that he wasn't prepared for or able to actually do, and then it looks like it's gonna be heading into some bad waters. So
yeah,
but that's not his fault. It will become. It's kind of the same thing of like if you were abused as a child or you had a bad upbringing or something like that. Like, okay, I'm gonna cut you some slack. Now, if you continue to be a douchebag when you're an adult, that's on you because you're now an adult, right? Yeah. So like if he's been put in a bad situation. Now, if it turns out that he becomes a jackass, that's going to be on him. But I can at least empathize or sympathize with where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I see Carly as more tragic. They gave her a sympathetic backstory. Walker, not so much. I disagree. I get what you're saying too, but
they've kind of created characters as parallels of each other. Like, they both think they're doing the right thing. They're just going about it the wrong way, and
which is basically what Zemo is too.
Ends of the spectrum of that, where he's like trying to be a symbol
and do it from the Law and Order kind of thing. And she is too. Yeah, But I mean, so is Zemo. Zemo's goal of not having there be superpowered people is not necessarily a bad thing because that the inequality that creates. But he's also going about it the wrong way. He just freaking kills the doctor or. Blowing up King T'Chaka and that kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot of parallels between all of the people in this who are villains, and it's one of the reasons why I like them more as villains than, say, Steppenwolf or something stupid where you're just like, I'm going to conquer the planet. It's like, it's so freaking lame to see that traditional 1940s through 1960s kind of comic booky kind of villain. I like it much more when there's a character who you can at least relate to or at least see why they would be doing this instead of just and it's fine to like have that where then all of a sudden they do something, in Carly in the last one where she just blows people up and you're like, oh, okay, I was on your side. I was kind of relating a little bit and then like, nope, but you're clearly bad.
bad.
Yeah, so, okay, so anyways.
Then Carly calls
we digressed.
Sam's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of lightly threatens her, but also it's just kind of like letting her like, hey,
she's very clearly threatening
with
her.
your brother. I'm trying to decide, should I kill him or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems like a nice guy. We might date. I don't know. Maybe I'll kill him.
Maybe bang later, but probably kill him. So,
and she's just like,
Is she old enough to? I don't know how old she's supposed to be in the show, but anyways, not sure we can make those jokes, but I think so.
Yeah, I would say so. But she basically says like, we're trying to take down this Captain America. I want to know if he's on my side or not. And she's like, believe me, I know my brother. He's not. He doesn't agree with this Captain America.
Yeah.
He's not on his side.
Yeah, because she already knows that. How I'm sure they've talked already.
Giving up the shield and how much.
Yeah, and how the new douche with So.
So then she says, "Well, you reach out to
Get a
him
message
and let
through
him
your
know that I
brother.
want to meet, and that I wanted him to know it's coming from you, so that he knows it's legit."
Yeah.
And that's when she kind of threatens him, and she's like, "I'd hate to have to pay a visit to you and your kids
Yeah.
and all that." And that's when Sam's like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah, because it's once again Carly being like, "Here, I'm kind of good. I'm kind of good. Kind of good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna threaten you and your kids." So like, no, yep, you're the bad guy still.
Even though when Sam shows up, she's just like, "I would never hurt them. I just needed you to believe me." Kind of thing.
You're like,
yeah, but it didn't happen.
Still,
Yeah,
you said it.
Nope.
Like, yeah, just nah, screw you.
Yeah.
So then he shows up to wherever this meeting is supposed to be.
And
Right
meanwhile,
now,
Sharon Carter is tracking John Walker to see where they're at.
Yeah. Because he says to keep an eye on him instead of Carly, kind of, or with the satellite. Look out for him specifically.
That way, I think basically so that they know that he's not going to show up
and screw things up again.
So, and then we get,
which of course he does.
Oh, and also too in that scene, Sharon Carter, we noticed when they show her, she actually has a cut on her lip now. Her hands look kind of bruised up and everything. When she was in the scene earlier, in the episode earlier, I mean, when she was on the phone with them, she didn't have any of that stuff. So
I didn't notice that. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, something went down between those two phone calls.
Interesting.
So not sure if maybe, I don't know. There's still that theory out there that maybe she is working for the power broker. Maybe she got hit, or maybe it's just because in Man's report that she said things are getting wild, things are getting out of hand here. Maybe she just got in a scuff or whatever. But yeah, it was kind of like, oh, she's got some marks there. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we meet up Sam and Carly, and then basically it's the plan to separate them so they can get John Walker, right?
And then we get John and Hoskins bursting into the other hiding place where the rest of the Flag Smashers are trying to jump him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's holding the shield and the gun just like Steve was in the first Captain
As he
America
goes through the
movie.
door. Yep.
And then they start walking up the staircase, and this was a part that another one of the other breakdowns kind of explained this, and I was just like, oh yeah, that was a nice little parallel that they did. So they're walking up the staircases, and I think at first John was walking in front, but then he kind of like randomly pauses, and I don't know what he was doing, why, or what he just randomly like gets distracted or something, and he's like looking down the stairs, like just looking around. Meanwhile, Hoskins continues walking up the stairs and goes off on his own. When earlier he told Sam, or told Bucky, he said, "You're gonna let your partner go in there alone against the
super soldier,"
and then he turns around and ends up doing the exact same thing. Hoskins gets captured, and then he realized, then he kind of snaps back in. He's like, Hoskins looks around. He's like, oh, he's gone. Like, what? He runs up there, finds his gun just sitting there. And then he kind of gets jumped by a guy, throws the shield. It freaking just sticks into the wall. And that's when you're like, ooh, I think he might have taken that
we know what he did here. Yeah. And then he gives the guy a boot and just blasts him across the down the staircase or whatever.
Yeah.
At which point Sam comes in.
And Bucky show up.
Yeah.
And like Sam sees him do that, and then the guy tries to hit him with a pipe, and he bends the pipe, and Sam was like, "What did you do?
What did you do?" It's like, God damn it. Because we all know. He knows. We know. Everybody knows.
Yeah. At that point, it's like, okay, he took the serum.
And he's like, they got Lamar, they got Hoskins or something.
Yeah,
so then they go off to try and rescue him. And then there's basically more battle royale fighting and whatnot.
Hoskins, in the meantime, cuts himself free from the ties they had him in. And then they eventually get a hold of Cap, or John Walker. Sorry, I didn't mean to refer to him as Cap. He's not my not my Cap.
Yeah, hashtag not my Cap.
And they have him, one of the super soldiers holding him. Carly goes running at him with a knife, jumps up like she's going to stab him. Hoskins jumps back with her.
I like where he's like, what's with all the knives anyways?
Yeah, what's with all the knives?
Just gotta be the ass,
Call back to anything. I think there was someone.
I don't know.
Someone said there was a line in, I think, the first Captain America, when Steve is first looking at the shield with Howard Stark, and that there's some reference to knives.
I don't know, but I love the.
Yeah,
I just love what's all the knives? Damn it! Like, come on, guys! Like
what,
just
would you
exasperated.
have a gun to just shoot you? Like,
yeah, right.
Why? I think knives just make for better action.
Right. I mean, obviously, if you're having super powered human beings battle each other, you don't want to see them get shot because that's pretty lame.
Yeah. So then Hoskins jumps, tackles her. She gets up, just straight punches him right into a pillar and lights out. He gone.
Yeah.
And then
and nobody besides Walker really cares.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, he didn't seem like he was a...
We get a close-up of kind of everyone there, and then we get to her face, and she, like, takes the mask off, and she looks generally just, like, kind of like...
She's distraught. She's like,
she looks like she's just kind of like a, oh, shit. We just pissed off this guy.
But you don't know if it's like she feels bad because she killed someone, or if she's like, oh, I'm in shit. I'm in trouble now because I killed...
Yeah, I just pissed off. I just killed the guy's best friend, and
partner,
I think this guy has superpowers now.
Yeah, so, like, it's... I don't know. You don't know if it's... Maybe it could be both those things, too, right?
Yeah. She runs off. They start chasing. And he starts... She apparently is way faster than everyone else because she just straight disappears and is gone. We never see her again. Well, actually, no, we do. But then he gets a read on the other guy, chases him down. Then we get the big scene where he's just yelling at him, saying, "Where is she?" Almost a Batman. Where is she?
Iconic scene. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I was reminded of that too.
Knocks the guy down.
Guy's like, "I didn't do it. It wasn't me."
He's like, "Please, no, I didn't do it. I didn't do it." And
which, come on, man, you got super soldier serum running through you. Like, put up a little more fight. I mean, I know obviously Walker's trained better than this other guy is, but let's do something besides lay there. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then obviously the just
Cap decides to gosh, I did it again.
John Walker
just takes the shield.
Yeah, sicko mode. Yeah, he
Captain America from Civil War, instead
he's not hitting armor.
There's no armor there to protect him.
So he just kills him dead. Meanwhile, all of these people are filming it all on their cell phones. Bucky and Sam run up at the end, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Carly's kind of hidden in the crowd.
And then you remember too that was the guy earlier that was saying how he looked up to Captain America.
Yeah, and he gets killed with the shield.
And he gets killed by the very shield.
And the shield is just there with blood all over the edge of it, and it's just super iconic. And it's great. It's absolutely great. And
it's a pretty iconic shot. Yeah.
And that's pretty much where we end.
That ends the episode.
Yeah.
Wow. And all the people were recording and everything, and that's when you're like, oh, the episode was called "The Whole World Is Watching." So yeah. It parallels to that, as well as Flag Smashers and how the world is watching, how they destroyed the building. They all saw that. Kind of a recurring theme too, of like the recording in the fights like that in public, because Mad Rapport, people recording Bucky.
Yeah, so I wonder if there's going to be something more with that. They record the original guy who's helping out Sam records the stuff of the Flag Smashers breaking in. That's how he has the stuff to show Sam, the footage.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's something more to that too that's going to be coming up, because we haven't seen any repercussions of Bucky going Winter Soldier in the Mad Rapport place. It
could be one of those things too. I could see how like Mad Rapport is kind of a off the books kind of place. They probably don't really post much on.
I don't know, man. The internet's the internet. You got VPNs all over the place, so you can post that from anywhere in the world, So,
well, I'm just meaning, you could post it from anywhere, but they probably like to stay off the radar and not draw attention to that area.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is you can use a VPN, so they wouldn't know that it was from there necessarily. I mean, yeah. Anyways, I'm just saying, like, I feel like there's going to be something more possibly with all these recordings, But. Yeah, and it just, I don't know, once again, so like you're saying, I think that this is more predictable for sure. Like, we all knew at the introduction of the show that probably John Walker was going to get the serum and kind of going to go evil. We knew that Carly's going too far. We knew, like a lot of these different things are very predictable and flowing in a pattern where you would expect them as a traditional story and so forth. But it's also satisfying. It's also done well.
And I also, though, too, I will say, though, about these next two episodes, everything that I've kind of assumed would happen has already happened. At this point, I don't really know where it's going, because, like, I assumed he'd go bad, and then from there, I'm like, well, what's going to happen now? We do know that Sam and Bucky eventually get the shield, which, honestly, I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So we see that in the trailer. And normally, when you get an introduction trailer to a series or something, you normally get scenes that are mainly from the first like 1, 2, maybe 3 episodes. Especially with this series like this movie where it's so short, that's kind
Yeah.
of what I assumed. But apparently, the scene in the trailer where they're throwing around the shield, Sam and Bucky, is from episode 5 or 6, which are the last 2 episodes.
Yeah. That
Normally,
scene
they don't like to
is
spoil much.
that scene is like the Black Panther scene where they're filming Black Panther, but he doesn't kill Claw. Yeah, kind of, right? Because he's actually a hero.
Yeah.
So definitely some parallels there, Beans. But yeah, okay. So, go ahead.
I was reading someone in my chat said, I laughed out loud when I saw everyone record John kill the dude with the shield. That you laughed. You laughed that they were recording it?
Well, one of the things I think is like, who the hell? I understand that things happen in the heat of the moment, and that's how you get that's how you get manslaughter or second-degree murder charges or things that aren't premeditated, right? That's how there's a crimes of passion. You get home and you find your wife in bed with another dude or something. Or another woman, which is even more embarrassing. But like, I just don't understand how anybody these days these things happen, right? But at the same time, like when you're in frickin' public, to not even have just a moment of being like, dude, everything is recorded at all times. I'm sitting here on YouTube recording myself, but at the restaurant I work at, I'm on camera pretty much all the time, and I've been in the casino business since I was 18, so I was always on camera. I don't know. I just assume that I'm kind of always on camera at literally all times of day, other than, I don't know, when I'm going poops or something. Like
even then, I'm still like suspicious.
Yeah. I'm taking care of personal business, and like, if somebody sees me, what are they gonna do? Blackmail me with this? Because that's why I don't cover the camera. Don't don't turn it on. But yeah. Like, what's the worst is going to say? Like, you do adult things. Like, whatever, who cares?
Okay,
But
he's saying he laughed because it's a bad look and it's nice to see him get screwed over. I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the villain.
Yep, well, he's screwed now. Because that's the thing. Like, what's going to happen now? So, is he going to come back to the government, and then they're going to be like, take the shield away from him, and that's how Bucky and Sam get it? Or are they going to try to cover it up somehow?
Well, and there could be. They could be like, well, hey, Bucky can't be having the shield because we got the footage from Madripoor where he was going all Winter Soldier too, so we're just going to take it away from everybody or give it to Sam for that reason or something. So it is the assumption that if someone wasn't recording you, you'd be doing something evil. No, I don't think that that's necessarily the assumption. It's just that, like, if I wanted to do something evil, I'd be very aware of that there's recordings of all the damn time,
Yeah.
My ex-mother-in-law asked me why I don't kill people when she found out I wasn't a Christian. Yeah, it's kind of a... I know what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. It's like so if you weren't going to hell, if you didn't think you were going to hell or heaven, then you just would be evil all the time? Is that what you're saying? Because that was always a weird one to me. But we're not going into, obviously, religious talk. But anyways.
Everyone break out your Bibles. Turn
yeah, but...
Corinthians.
I do get the point of, like, no, it's not because you're, which is also the argument against surveillance and that kind of stuff is like, it's not that I'm going to be doing things that are evil if I'm not being recorded. It's just that, like, you should be pretty aware of this stuff by now.
Yeah. Like people that try to run red light, like, how do you think you're going to get away with that?
Yeah.
Most places have cameras now.
And almost kill me as I'm walking my dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate people who run red lights in the city, especially just because, like, it's bad anywhere. But being anywhere, I'm just like, dude, there's pedestrians walking around here.
Yeah.
Like, your life is not more important than mine.
My mom got T-boned back when I was in high school or junior high.
Damn.
By someone that just wasn't paying attention and just blasted right through a red light. Hit her. Ever since then, I mean, that was before I was even driving. So ever since then, like, I barely ever try to go for it. I have gotten, that being said, I did get a red light ticket one time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I wasn't paying attention, but it turned and I thought I was going to make it. And it's one of those streets where it has a camera and it's like it's known. I've talked to a lot of people who've actually gotten a ticket from that same stoplight, because it's a main stoplight that's right around the corner from a police station too.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of one of those, like, yeah, you'd never get away from it on that one, and I just happened to be just a split second too late.
I don't know, but when I'm out walking about and the light changes and you get the crosswalk sign, I look both directions before I actually start walking, because there's been numerous times, like I'm talking at least like between 5 and 10, where if I just instantly stepped out, like we could have been hit. So yeah, I'm very aware of that kind of stuff.
It's getting kind of warm in here. It's starting to heat up down in Sac, guys.
Yeah, how hot was the Sac today?
Outside or my? It was pretty
The
good.
the greater Sac area, you know.
Yeah, in Sacramento, the city where I live. Okay, that's Sac. Gotcha.
Obviously.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was only like I think 75, 80.
Nice. Yeah, Seattle was like 72, 74 today. So.
Getting close to pool weather though, which is what I'm excited for.
See, and that's what I'm jealous of, because in SoCal you have swimming pools. Where in Seattle it's like we don't have swimming pools, because they run this thing of like
I'm in NorCal, not SoCal, but yeah.
Oh, right, Sacramento, yeah. But it always in Seattle. It's the same reason why they don't have anything besides like ceiling fans, and most buildings don't have central air, because they're like, oh, it's only hot for 3 weeks out of the year. It's not that big a deal. And you're like, no, dude, that's how it was 3 decades ago. There's such a thing as climate change, and it's freaking hot as shit. We have a rainy season and we have a smoky season. And then
I have a buddy who just moved back to Sac area, but he was living in San Francisco for the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And I remember I'd visit him one time, and it was kind of like a pretty hot day for San Francisco's. Like 80 degrees is like really hot in San Francisco. I don't know if it ever gets that hot there, but it was like really, really warm. And I was just like, why don't you guys turn on your AC? And he was just like, we don't have it.
What AC? Yeah, all these
old
ass 3-story houses and stuff.
We don't have an air conditioning. He's like, we don't need it here. It never gets hot. And I'm like, huh.
Hey, I'm walking here. Yeah.
Right, 1 sec.
Yeah, no, it's I'm kind of interested in what's going to happen this summer, because I have a portable air conditioner that I've had forever. I live in a brick building, and it gets very, very hot in the summer, and I'm wondering what I'm going to do for streaming, because it's going to be, the air conditioner is going to be too loud for streaming, I'm pretty sure, especially since it kicks on and kicks off.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh, how am I going to handle this? I don't know. Like, maybe I'll just suffer for a couple hours when I turn it off and have it on full blast the rest of the day, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. How's your arena-ing going?
Not too bad. Just cruising along through my 6 stars.
I did mine this morning, so I got actually most of the milestones in the last arena, except for the 2 and 3 star arenas, and I did get the beginning ones at least there. So that's the first time I've done that in a long time. I used to always get all the milestones, that I have slacked off super hard over the last couple months.
This is actually the first time I've had suicides on in a very long time. Like,
feels good, doesn't it?
Oh man, it encourages me to do arena more, because it's actually enjoyable.
Yeah, it's not
Fights
god
don't
awful.
Take like 3 hours, I feel like.
Yeah,
but at the same time too, like I'd been running non-suicides for so long that I was kind of used to it. That the fights like were kind of feeling almost normal, because I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just going in and doing the fights. Now like putting suicides back on, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much damage. I kind of forgot what it feels like.
If they took away suicides, I would stop playing the game, honestly. It's just too slow for me.
I don't think they ever did that.
And there's a lot of people who are like, oh, but I like throwing my specials. I'm like, yeah, I like throwing one of them. Like, I don't like throwing multiple
KO,
ones.
you don't have to worry about that recoil.
Yeah. And even for almost all content, I almost never turn suicides off.
Yeah.
Get a silencer for your collar? Like, I'm assuming you're talking about air conditioner, like a gun? I don't know if that motor, I don't think it can be silenced, unfortunately.
Kind of been for me ever since I got my Doom to rank 3, and also a lot. Kind of the main one.
Yeah.
Like,
wouldn't even use them in
like
war, so.
You really don't want to be doing suicides.
No. And if I was running a team in war that didn't need suicides, then
Yeah.
I would probably take them off. But I also, Magneto and Omega are two of my best champions, and I use them all the time, and they're better with suicides by far. So I'm like, hey, go ahead. And the only thing that gets annoying is the expense for switching them on and off for defensive placement, really. Which does eat about, what did I calculate it at? Just about 718 units a season, or yeah, so which is not terrible, but it's annoying. And sometimes why I'm like, we could just go for Plat 3 and I could place with suicides and call it good, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be okay with that.
Fred's saying suicides are great. I'm finally at a point in the game I used them with no issue in variant 7. Nice.
Okay, so what did we miss, guys? What is there from the episode that we missed? We've kind of just been rambling here for a bit, but was there anything that you guys wanted to talk about, or anything else that we forgot to mention, or that stood out to you from the episode? How about, like Cap was saying, where most of the things that he thought was going to happen have happened already? So, kind of, what's your, without having knowledge or anything of spoilers, what are your predictions of things that might happen? You know, give us some of that info, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a water real quick.
We're waiting for a few of those comments to come in. Someone's asking in my chat, what are suicide? So suicide, they're the suicide masteries in MCOC. I'm assuming you're playing MCOC. There are two of the masteries in the attack tree. That's why every fight I'm starting out with poison and a bleed debuff on me. I get negative effects on me, but my attack is greatly increased. I also take recoil whenever I use a special attack. So you'll see,
just go back to sleep.
I use a special attack here, recoil, and I lost 1,300 health there. That's what suicide masteries are. So they're called suicide masteries because you're hurting yourself, but you're also benefiting, which kind of, I guess, shouldn't represent suicide. Obviously not even talked about.
I really want Buck to get the shield at the end, like he walks away with it, or Falcon rethinks it and takes it, or anyone but John. Well, yeah, I think anyone but John's. I think that's gonna be a given. I think he's going to be defeated or whatever in this series, but I don't know, because like, didn't Anthony Mackie say that he was only going to do this if it was kind of like a movie and whatnot?
As in, like, not multiple seasons?
Yeah, or like, are they planning on doing like a new Avengers, kind of West Coast Avengers thing, and would he be a part of that? Or like, he wanted there to be something more for the character than just kind of more superhero stuff to do, just more of the same or something. So I don't know how they will end it based on that kind of stuff, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what else is going on.
Grinding up a 4-star crystal. Should I summon on the Ridalar? I don't know what that word is. Or the mutant skill. Oh, regular. I think you would say regular. Okay. A regular 4-star or a mutant and skill? It kind of depends. I don't know what your roster looks like. Who in the mutant and skill are you really trying to get? Because, I mean, if you're trying to get Nick Fury, obviously that's probably going to be your best bet, trying to get him.
Ha! Ha ha ha!
There's lots. It's only the 4-star. We're talking about 4 stars, and it's 4 stars. You know? Didn't mean to rub it in there.
There's no guarantee you'll get one particular character, even if you open like 100 freaking crystals. Yeah.
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, do we actually see Walker take the serum? No, we do not. But there's no way he's bending the pole and doing that without taking it, right? So he must have taken it, because all the other characters who get it, it's a process. I'm not 100% convinced he took it, and it isn't just fully fueled by asshat rage. No, he bends the pole and kicks the guy all the way across the stairs. There's no way he was doing that with just normal human strength. So
someone's saying, or Fred saying on Twitter, some guy tried to make it a bigger deal about Bucky's arm with body anatomy, and then it was wrong that Wakanda had a failsafe. Sounds like a very 2021 thing for someone to get mad about.
Yeah, I mean it's a weapon, kind of. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't build in anything cool to his arm. You know, like
Yeah,
it's just an arm.
like they did with Claw.
Yeah, it would have been cool if they had something in there. But anyways, imagine if John reveals himself as Mephisto at the end. all the theorizers are choice.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Totally, 100%.
Yep.
Captain Asshat. Like he picks it up and puts it in his pocket, and then it goes to another scene. What were you saying? Oh, right. You're talking about whether or not we saw him take it. Yeah, but he definitely took it. He definitely took it.
Yeah, that was one of the reviews I was watching. Someone was saying like, yeah, so I don't know if he's taken it yet, or if he is, it hasn't fully, adapted to it yet, and he's still. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like, no, he fully took it.
Threw the shield into the wall. He bent a freaking pipe. He jumped out of like a 3-story building and did a superhero landing first try, no problem. And then he's clearly taken the serum. This wasn't a regular guy doing all this stuff.
New Rockstars has entered the chat. Okay, but let me tell you about our sponsor, blah blah blah, and go on for about 2 minutes about it. So
2 minutes? Try like 5 minutes.
I used to watch New Rockstars all the time, and now I'm just like, dude, Eric, I understand you got to make your money and everything, but come on, man. Like I can't. You put it right in the middle of the frickin' video. And he goes on for like 5 minutes about whatever the hell it is. Oh, nerd wallet, you gotta do this, or oh, we do that. Like, I can't take it.
Are their longer episodes that they do?
Mm-hmm.
That normally I enjoy. I don't mind watching a YouTube video. The length of it, if it's a video I'm interested in, the length doesn't matter. I'll watch it. Like that's one of the things that's so annoying with some of my friends I know that I'll send a video and they're like, "Oh, this video is 12 minutes long." Just text me, tell me what it's about. I can't watch that. I don't have that time. I'm like, what? Like, it's 12 minutes. Like, what do you mean? Now I'm sitting here watching like an hour and a half, like, podcast episode here. I'm just like, this is nothing. What are you talking about? So when they have those ones, though, they'll literally have like 3 different ads all back to back. And it takes up like 10 minutes of the whole, like, sometimes even, it's just like, dude, that's...
Well, it's not ads that like ad blocker can filter out or anything. It's him in the middle of the video doing it, and it's like I used to like their breakdowns with all the different people in mod and whatnot, and now I'm just like, I can't do it. It's too. That's why I've kind of like gone to Emergency Awesome or something that's just relatively quicker and does that kind of breakdown stuff.
I haven't been at the premiere streams. I've had things going on and falling asleep, but I'll be there tonight. Eric Nelson.
Nice.
Look forward to seeing you there.
What up,
no
Eric?
problem, man. Don't worry about missing previous ones. It's all good.
That's one thing I've seen people a lot lately have said to me, like, sorry for missing a stream. They were doing something or they were working or they're busy and stuff, and like, that's so cool, guys, that you say that kind of stuff.
Right? It's like always makes
That's
you feel
totally
like,
awesome.
Oh, actually
like, but at the same time, like, dude, you don't gotta do this. I was just gonna be playing a video game anyways, so like, don't worry about missing stuff.
Yeah, no one's out here keeping attendance.
Yeah,
you don't get docked at the end of the semester.
But it's still like it makes you feel good that people are like, oh, I'm sorry I missed it. Like, no, cool.
Look, maybe I should.
Maybe
I should start keeping attendance for people.
Could be actually.
And the more that's actually one of the things that's kind of cool about Twitch that I like is the longer you're in watching someone stream, you can collect points, and then the streamers can set up things for them to redeem those points for
rewards and that kind of stuff
in the chat or just whatever. Like it's big in the Raid Shadow Legends community.
Yeah,
you guys ever heard of the game? By the way,
I've never heard of that game actually.
Number 1 game in 2019, breakout game of the year, all that kind of stuff. Never heard of it.
No.
And but they'll do account takeovers or account giveaways and stuff like that, because that's a big part of that game. That Plarium, which is the Kabam of Raid Shadow Legends, Plarium, they're totally okay with account sharing and people hopping on other people's accounts to like just do whatever, help them build stuff.
Yeah,
that's what people will do. They'll do like these big account takeovers where they'll re-gear all their champions and do that kind of stuff. So
it's like a big Twitch streamer will do that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they'll set up things like where you earn your points from watching the stream for longer periods of time. Once you've built up enough points, you can redeem those points and have like an account takeover.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
That's one thing that's really cool about Twitch, that sadly YouTube hasn't, for whatever reason, decided to do something like that. At least not that I'm aware of.
I'll probably see if I can maybe do some streaming on Twitch or something just for fun, just to see
I've
what
considered it. I might honestly. So I recently started playing Minecraft again,
Mm-hmm.
and I've considered streaming it. I don't know if I'd do it on YouTube. Maybe I just do it on Twitch and see how it goes, or maybe do it on here. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, if you build a community based around Marvel Contest of Champions, I assume it's kind of difficult to switch over to other stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm. Having said that, I'm not sure exactly what I'm planning on doing because. So I don't think I mentioned it to you, but I ordered my desk and monitor and chair and all that stuff's going to be here next week. Which who knows if I'll get it set up next week. But one of the main reasons I want that big ass monitor is that I will be more easily able to do something like play computer games and have the game open in the center of it, the OBS on one screen, like a web page on the other.
It's nice being able to have multiple
split the screen up, yeah. So
screens up and everything.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that because I'm definitely going to play some other games that like people who watch MCOC stuff might not want to watch at all, and other people might want to, which is then going to be obviously harder to get that stuff out there. But at the same time, it's like screw it, I just want to play some other games. So.
Human Torch saying, "Wait, you're doing this for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I thought you only did this for WandaVision. I'm sad that I didn't know you kept doing these streams. I would have been here." Yeah, Human Torch. I've said it from the beginning that I'm planning on doing this for all the shows, not just WandaVision. I'll do it for. I don't know if Abdel will join me on future ones. If he's down, he's welcome to. But I'm
down for Loki for sure. Yeah.
For the Star Wars shows, the Bad Batch is going to be coming out soon. When
I did see there was a trailer out for that. I didn't watch it yet, but yeah, I'm definitely down. Pencil me in for Loki for sure, since we're sticking with Marvel. The Star Wars ones, I love Star Wars too, so
yeah.
I don't know. I might tune in from time to time. Like maybe I would just join you on Discord and you could just stream and I wouldn't do a stream.
Yeah. Or not to try to shove you away because I enjoy these with you. Maybe we have a different guest appearance for the other series or something like that. We could.
Yeah. But I think I wouldn't mind having some Thursdays off because you said there's a break between this and Loki.
Yeah, Loki doesn't start till June, so.
But like Bad Batch and stuff starts up before then, right?
I think it does. I think Bad Batch starts like May 5th or something like that, or May.
No, and these are super fun to do, but it's also one of the reasons why I didn't host trivia at this one bar where the owner is a brewery where the guy wanted me to host trivia, and I thought about it, but I was like, man, that means basically every Wednesday I'm going to be doing that unless I get someone to cover for me, So similarly, I'm not going to mind having it where I'm not like, there's Thursdays that are free because it is my day off, so it's nice to have like a Thursday where I have nothing planned,
Yeah.
So Loki for sure, though. Yeah. What other games are you thinking of playing? I'm going to play some old games. I'm going to play Age of Empires. I probably will do a playthrough of things like Knights of the Old Republic. I might play some Halo. I might play just all sorts of random shit, Like I'm just going to play lots of different stuff. Try playing Apex. I've never played Apex. I'm not huge on shooters, really, or building shooters and so forth, but I have played, obviously I said Halo and that kind of stuff, so.
Halo? What's that?
I played Call of Duty too, so, but just not as much recently.
Never heard of Halo.
Where is the Knights of the Old Republic content we want on Star Wars? I'm tired of waiting.
Dude,
soon.
I'll be here. If you're a Star Wars nerd like me, and you want to do these watch parties and everything for that too, I'll be here doing them.
Yeah,
I'll be watching them all.
Yeah, and I'll be down to tune in for some of that for sure.
So a show that I recently started watching that I don't know. We'll see how you react to this because I know it's a show that's been around for a long time. It's
me or the peoples.
It's not a current running show anymore, but it's one it's an OG show that a lot of people used to watch it, and then I've always said like I've never watched it before, and everyone's like, dude, you need to watch it. It's great. Is Smallville.
I watched the first numerous seasons of Smallville, and I liked that dude as Superman. I thought that was one of the better Lex Luthors there's ever been. And then
that's
also,
what I've heard he's a really good Lex Luthor. So far, I can see why I like their whole as of now. I'm only in season 1.
It's cheesy for sure.
They're like friends. It's definitely cheesy. I mean, but it's also 20 years old at this point.
Yeah, and it's for teens, kind of. You know, it's like
before,
CW,
it's like
WB
it's
kind
like
of stuff.
right as I feel like TV show technology was just starting to get
better
almost
special effects and
watchable
stuff.
special effects.
Yeah,
But
CGI.
sometimes it's still pretty CGI and obvious like green screens.
But yeah, no, and then I loved Kristen Kruk too. So who I think we have the same birthday actually. Like we might be the exact same age.
Yeah.
Zoe, hey, why don't you get down? I hear you whining over there, but I'm not quite done yet. You can wait.
Wanted to watch
minutes.
Smallville for the longest time. Where do you watch it? It's on Hulu right now.
Oh, nice. Right on.
Yeah.
I still need to watch the second season of The Boys. I don't know how I don't know how I haven't watched it yet. I know.
That's honestly, I wish I started doing these watch parties earlier because I could have done them for that, and then Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Well, wait, didn't I?
Kind of did a little bit of Mandalorian stuff. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think is that where I started it? Did I do a few in Mandalorian?
Yeah, discussing it anyways.
Or at least a breakdown.
Yeah.
About it. I don't know. I think WandaVision episode 3. I want to say was the first watch party I did.
Yeah. But the breakdowns we started with WandaVision, but I think I discussed it with you when you were doing Mandalorian talks, and I was hey, I'll join you for WandaVision if you want to do that stuff and do some because I didn't start streaming until right before Xmas, so.
Yeah, but The Boys would have been a fun one to go through because I love that.
I know. I don't know how I haven't watched it. The thing is, I know when I start watching it, I'm going to watch all of it pretty much straight through. And so it'll be a time like right now where we get done 9 something. I'm like, I can't just watch one episode because I'll be up till 6 o'clock in the freaking morning. And so I keep just not doing it. Plus, it's always one of those things where when you know that there's something you're gonna like, sometimes for me it delays me from getting to it because then it's gone. You know.
Yeah.
Like I do things like that somewhat obsessively where I'm like I just use it up until it's gone. I will watch every episode until I'm done with it, and then I no longer have it to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm so weird like that too because it's just like when a show gets released one episode at a time, I was like, oh man, I just want it all now. But at the same time, it's like if I had it all now, then I just would finish it so much faster.
Yeah,
so
and then it'd be gone.
Nice play, but then I get mad. It's like I have nothing else to watch now. I finished it all. Like,
well, I know there's lots of people who've said, they're not tuning in with us for these streams because they're waiting for it all to be out and then watch it all at once so they can do it that way, which I 100% get. So, yeah.
Jumping back to MCC real quick, did you happen to see the featured 6-star poll I did yesterday?
I did not. No, I did not. Did you get something good? Are you spoiling it or?
I did happen to get something. If you guys want to see it and not get spoiled real quick, go ahead, go check out the video real quick.
Well, you could just tell me online or something real quick. Or...
well, technically, I just used the character, so people that know the account maybe know that I didn't have that character beforehand. But I don't expect everyone to have my account memorized.
Yeah.
But I pulled a 6-star Colossus.
Oh, nice. Right on.
And I also have Awakening Gem 6-star. I don't think he's worth using, and that's what I was going to ask you about. Like, what do you think?
I wouldn't. Because your Apocalypse is already awakened, right?
Apocalypse awakened. My other option would be I have Magneto, who's already rank 3, who's not awakened.
I don't think that Meg's... I don't think I'd give it to either of them.
Same thing. Like, yeah, he'll get better, but I don't think it's really worth the Awakening Gem. I'd probably better off just saving it for like Omega or...
Yeah, so because 6-star gems are so rare, probably. I would save it for Omega or Archangel or Namor for Prestige or something, I think.
Yeah.
Because Namor, not only does he have like top 5 Prestige still, but he's... he needs to be SIG 200, so
yeah.
To be
so that's kind of the one I'd really like to get, but I kind of have screwed myself at getting him because I haven't gone for a regular 6-star since the Apocalypse featured crystals came out in December. It's been a solid 4 months since I've opened a 6-star basic, I think.
Yeah, and that's part of my...
wasn't in any of the features. That's why I was really hoping he was going to be in the current batch right now. That's why I've only been opening the the ones I get from the sigil. I'm not
What?
spending 15K on the current featured.
Dude, does Terex have a regen? What the heck's going on? I was just in this arena fight and I thought it was over, and I looked back and I'm like, wait a minute, he's not dead? What's...
Terex and regen.
He doesn't have a regen, right? But he's gained a few...
I don't recall him having regen.
No, just like...
That's one of those characters that's just like, I've barely faced him, that
Yeah.
whenever he pops up, I'm always just like, okay, he just has that rock field thing and puts armor breaks on me.
And he's indestructible for a couple hits. And like,
Yeah.
whatever. No, I've been trying to decide. I have about 30k 6-star shards at the moment, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do, because the thing is, like, there are numerous champions in... I think there's over 50% of the featured pool right now would be what I would consider a win, which
Yeah,
would be
I think we talked
either...
about that last time. Yeah.
either first time awakening, a new champion, or, sig levels on Silver Surfer or something. But I just...
Pulling Clock, I was super happy about. He was one actually, like, when it popped up, I was like, oh yeah, I actually forgot he was in this crystal.
Yeah, but there's
First
no...
that I pulled, I went Kingpin, and then I duped Kingpin.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess after his buff, he's pretty solid, but
Those both kind of work out, yeah.
Agree, unless I have like 3 skill T5s right at the moment or something.
Yeah, is he more annoying on defense now too? I don't think I've faced one for a while.
Is his shrug off things
Right.
more? Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't really played around with him much since the buff. I've just heard people say he's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Also, you got Crossbones with his buff too. What do you think about him?
Is he in the featured too?
I don't think. Actually,
I feel like he might be.
he might be in this one.
Heizo, just wait. I think that he I think he seems like he's going to take a lot of skill to play well. I haven't played around with him too much yet.
It seems like a lot of like managing those Furies and making sure they don't fall off.
He seems better than Civil Warrior, that's for sure. Brian's takedown video of Star-Lord in that like short amount of time, like that was damn impressive. So he can obviously, if you're playing him well, get a ton of damage out of him. But I think for the average player, he's not going to be super useful just because of the skill level it takes. I think I put him on like I would say it takes more skill probably to play Crossbones effectively than it does to play, say, like Ghost, you know?
Yeah.
Or Quake to a certain degree, but Quake is unique, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I like his buff. I think it's pretty cool, and I want to play around with him more for sure. I think the only thing is with him as a 6-star, I already have 3 rank 3 skill champions.
Yeah.
And B, I would want him awakened because he only gets a shrug off with the awakened ability. So, And it's not 100% shrug off, which is kind of like, you know. But mostly out of that crystal, I just would want I-Bomb. But I think I might just save until the new featured pool when I-Bomb and the other champions go into the basic pool, and then open that. Because then I'll have a chance at I-Bomb and Corvus and Doom and Nick Fury and, you know, whomever. So, sorry to be that person. Are you likely to stream later tonight? Yeah, Miss Jane, I think so because I need to do something. What was I going to do? Oh, maybe I won't know though now actually because I need to do arena anyways. So I probably will tonight, Miss Jane. After BG, we shall see. I might actually. We're at about an hour and a half here. I might call this one a little bit early, guys, just because I am most of the way through my 5 stars, the top ones, and
Yeah, I'll probably call mine once I finish my 6 stars.
the Zoe dog's kind of getting on my case here. Like she needs to go outside, and I don't really want to make her wait a whole bunch. So, if you're into fighting games like Smash, there's a game called Brawlhalla that's on PC that basically Smash. It's pretty fun, interesting. I heard him talking about it on the radio. I hadn't looked at it yet today, guys, but I heard him. There's a program in Seattle called The Men's Room, which, sorry for the brighter screen, is it's just a comedy show basically. But they said Sega introduced a new game called Final Battle, but the F and the I are too close together, so it looks like Anal Battle.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up now. Just Google Sega Final Battle, and it 100% looks like Anal Battle. And they're like, "Do I want to win? Do I want to lose? What is the?" Yeah, they talked about that, and then they also talked about.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Oh my gosh!
Like,
You don't even see an eye.
what kind of art? How do they not notice that? Yeah.
How do you not noticed that in development? Like, how long were they in the process?
Yeah, here I can show you guys on screen. It's gonna be bright, but it's like just like what? It's ridiculous. But yeah, there's that, and then I looked up this Australian Navy twerking because they talked about like the Australian Navy released some new ship. They launched a new ship, and there was a bunch of these old like fuddy-duddy brass dudes who are all 60, 70, 80, and then there's just all these women twerking on the ship and doing whatever. I was like, I gotta check this out. So I'm not gonna watch that one on stream, obviously for video reasons, but it's kind of a crack up. Oh, anal.
What it looks like, chat.
Yeah, I brought it up, but yeah.
It says final.
What?
Final battle.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That is worse than I imagined. Yeah, right. And then,
Wow.
dude, so Daenerys said, "Oh, anal battle, interesting," and then out of nowhere, Streamlabs pops up with, "Please refrain from using foul language." Like, what? Didn't I turn this stupid Streamlabs bot off? And what if you were saying, "I'm extremely anal retentive"? That's not. You're not using bad language. That's the mature adult term for it. Streamlabs. If she's like, "Hey, what about surprise butt sex?" Then yeah, that's a thing.
It has like certain words flagged. Doesn't take context.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't. But I'm just like, where somebody said douchebag earlier, and then Streamlabs didn't say anything. Like all of a sudden, that stupid bot pops out of nowhere, and I swear I disabled it. So, Streamlabs, what are you gonna do? So is that the hand supposed to be? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I apologize for my foul language. Yeah, you're okay, Danny. It's ridiculous.
How dare you?
You in with the ultimate move? Yeah. Penetration. Oh boy, yeah. Anyways, all right, guys. I am gonna take Zoe out. Thank you guys once again for joining me here for the stream. I think I will be streaming for those of you guys who are interested over on my channel after Brian Grant gets done with his stream. So about 11 o'clock Pacific time. If you guys are interested, also Captain will be doing his watch stream tonight, a little bit after midnight and everything. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for being here with us for the series. And cheers. I will see some of